echo?
No, sir. It's fine. Your voice is audible.
I can hear you. Some echo at. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Is it
now
okay?
it's fine.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I think there is some echo. Someone need to mute or hello?
Sir, yes, sir. Is it okay now?
Yeah. So it's okay. Okay, thanks for the intro about me, and thanks for inviting. Today we'll gear up for the XR. Let me share a few slides. Do you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Screen is visible.
Okay. Okay, let's get into Metaverse journey. Metaverse is a buzzword today in today's internet technology. Let's understand its definition. Everyone is trying to define it in their own way. Let's take it from some facts and figures and let's understand what all opportunities are associated with the metaverse and also the concerning part of it and what we can do as a society, as a institution or as an industrial organization, how we can join our hands and can really solve those concerns. So I'm not seeing any question answer, but if you want to stop me anytime, you can stop me. This is a lengthy session. We can take break in between. So it is fine. If you have any questions, just raise those questions. Stop me in between. It's all fine. Right? OK, so metaverse is not really a new word. It is coined in 1922. This novel, Snow Crash. And it's around 30 years now. So the word was coined before 30 years ago. And at that time, this metaverse word was treated like, is it a virus or is it a drug or this metaverse kind of thing? People were talking about this word in Snow Crash after Snow Crash presented it. And they were thinking like, OK, is there any difference between all this? The virus, which can spread like anything, the drug can impact human mind. Religion also has that kind of effect. So author was saying, is there any difference? The way metaverse being coined there. And after 30 years now, we can see a lot of relevance from what is written in that novel. And few things, scary thing has been discussed in that novel is a futuristic society encounters a computer virus that has ability to scramble people's brain. I will discuss this point today and you will realize this is happening today as well or soon will happen. Okay, let's now see what all different ways people are explaining. Let's watch this video. Is the voice audible? Video voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Nowhere except the oasis. My name's Wade Watts. My dad picked that name because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died when I was a kid, my mom too. And I ended up here. sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. A whole virtual universe. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
Hello. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I created a hidden object, an Easter egg. The first person to find the egg will inherit $500 billion and total control of the Oasis itself.
There's nowhere left.
Okay, is that the metaverse? Is this the definition of metaverse? Maybe yes, maybe not. This was, by the way, a Real Player One movie, and there is a novel as well. And then there are number of games around Real Player One. Let's see another definition, another what Second Life defining metaverse.
If you're traveling beyond this life, where the weight of tradition cannot follow, do not fear reinvention. The design is your liberation. Between the planes where our dreams are built, where the mind reigns and the light bends, and the children of creation dance in time. If you're traveling beyond this life, you are not alone. We are waiting.
Is this the metaverse? So Second Life try to project that how we can live a different life than what current life is. If you look at their history, in 2001 they found this Linden World, a company. Then they focused on building community and collaborative platform. Later they open sourced their platform, and they bring in a Second Life marketplace where multiple other games can be placed on that. They hosted one of the biggest event in digitally in 2015, and few years ago they launched a platform, and they are putting a lot of effort in creating building a creator economy where creators, digital content. If you see this video, a lot of content, digital content is playing the role. And they have their own currency, Linden dollar, they are calling. And they're focusing lot of thing on immersive gaming and stuff. So they are moving towards metaverse in this direction. And there are multiple of these kind of game, Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite. All these are trying to have some or other ways in getting into this. Okay, this is one part of it. Let's see the other definitions of metaverse.
Features like grid views, together mode, and presenter mode in Teams mark the beginning of bringing 2D immersive experiences to collaboration. But human presence is the ultimate connection. When you and I can have a meeting where we are all present together without actually being physically present, that's the next big breakthrough. And we're approaching this thoughtfully because we've learned from similar transitions in the past. Mesh for Microsoft Teams will allow you to connect with presence and have a shared immersive experience directly in Teams. Let me now turn it over to Ellen Shook and Jason Warnke from Accenture to share how they plan to reimagine work with it.
Thanks, Satya, and hi, everyone. It's great to be here.
Thanks for having us, and welcome to Accenture's Nth Floor.
At Accenture, we have over 624,000 people serving clients in 120 countries. And critical to our ability to work seamlessly together is Microsoft Teams. We have turned our focus away from spaces and places to creating what we call omni-connected experiences, where our people can participate, contribute, and feel like they belong regardless of where they're working.
So it's been awesome to see Mesh for Microsoft Teams come together to enable those experiences.
And as Satya said, it's so important to bring the human connection into our digital world. We're using this technology for meetings and learning, team get-togethers, and it's helped us really transform our new joiner experience. And you'll see I've joined this meeting today using my avatar. We love this new feature because it gives everyone the flexibility and choice to show up in ways they are most comfortable. And for me, not having to be on camera all day has really helped with my energy and engagement.
And even though you're not joining on camera, it feels natural as I can see your facial expressions, gestures, and even live reactions. We've also created an incredible immersive space that's now seamlessly accessible directly through Teams. Why don't we go check it out?
Here we are, Jason, and your avatar looks awesome. Something that I really like is how freely you can move around and have face-to-face conversations.
That's exactly right. We've held more than 100 team gatherings in these immersive spaces where people can connect, learn, and collaborate because they're truly in the same place together.
The solution has been a game changer for onboarding about 100,000 people a year. And like many organizations, onboarding has been remote for the past 18 months. So bringing our new hires into this immersive environment fosters immediate and deeper connections. It transcends physical boundaries and helps individuals experience a culture in a very personal way. Our new hires meet many more people and grow their professional network much faster.
In IT, we're thrilled how easily we could unlock Mesh's capabilities through Teams. In fact, we're currently rolling it out on all of our computers and recently deployed 60,000 VR headsets. The integration with Microsoft 365 makes everything feel familiar. But on top of that, spatial audio makes everything sound just like it would in person. And I love seeing and hearing our colleagues collaborating and whiteboarding and using this space for productivity.
This doesn't just feel real, it is real. It's been exciting to see an idea become a reality in such a short time, enabling presence and connection that transcends location, keeps our culture vibrant wherever we're working, and levels the playing field to create equal and inclusive experiences.
So this was from Microsoft, and similar tools are there from Meta. So Meta actually changed their name for Metaverse adoption. So we can see how different organization is trying to build their definition. But if you see there are still a common word. They are bringing this collaboration, open source thing, payments, etc. All these are quite similar thing, and that will eventually define our metaverse definition in few slides later.
Choose like grid views, together mode, and present.
Okay, so there is another company, Niantic. They are also quite pioneer in this area. They made this Pokemon Go game and mobile AR. They bring mobile AR at scale. People tried these games, finding around different cities, going from their home and finding these Pokemons at different places from their mobile phone. So they bring mobile AR at scale. Let's hear from them what they are saying. Okay, so this is a trailer from Free Guy movie. So what Niantic is saying, instead of building a parallel universe, we need to enhance the current universe. So augment on top of the real world and then see how the real world is changing. This snippet is from a Free Guy movie recently launched. See what is happening. in this movie.
This is you. You don't do this, man. Maybe I do. Jules, this is scary. He's just resting. In pieces. That man is dead. He's so sleepy. But it's just a
Is this what recreational drugs feel like?
Guy, this world, it's a video game. And it's full of bad guys.
Okay, so is this the metaverse now? Maybe. So Niantic is aiming to map the whole world with content, their own content. They are building Lightship platform, and through community, just like we have YouTube today, a lot of content is coming on YouTube every day. Same thing, the communities will build content around the world. The whole world will be mapped with different type of content. You just need these small gadgets, or maybe in future, these smart glasses, etc. may not be needed. You can just have some small contact lenses, just place here, and that's it. So there are different definitions. Similarly, Google treat metaverse as a immersive computing for AR. They think metaverse in that form. Samsung is believing metaverse as an online and digital behavior and combination of life cycle that will accelerate the new normal and bring the new thing in daily life. So after looking at all this, let's understand other part of it. Today we have a lot of data around us. So the data, for example, today I have my name, my email ID, my employee ID, the company I work with, uh, the properties I own, the property I rent, a lot of things, the car I am owning, my interests, what things I like, what I don't like, a lot of data around me. And that data can refer me eventually. So that is called extra data or referenceable data that can eventually refer me. So the connection between the data and me, let's call it intranet. And the data, let's call the data as a metadata of me. Similarly, each of you will also have metadata for yourself. You are also connected with that data with the intranet. And the connection between your data and my data. For example, what is the connection today? We are in the same conference, virtual conference, right? That's a connection. You may be, you may connect to my LinkedIn. You, after this workshop, you may find my profile interesting and you may connect there. LinkedIn profile, Facebook, everywhere. So there will be a common connection coming up. So let's call that as internet. That is bringing the definition of metaverse. Since every other company is trying, every other organization, industry is trying their own definition, let's define our own definition here. And this is how I am thinking metaverse is. Metaverse is internet of data. More connected world. So that's how metaverse is going. It is connecting that metadata around us. So it is building a universe around that metadata. My metadata could be my avatar that can replicate me, my behavior, that can replicate my voice, and probably talking to you on my behalf. Rather than you see me, you see my avatar. So that kind of thing will be coming. And in future, it may be hard to really differentiate between what is real and what is fake. Might be Complete photorealistic avatar will be in front of you, and you will start believing them. So that's all Metaverse is bringing. A lot of experience that you will start believing the virtual. Um, and some part of it is already happened today. If I need to buy a furniture, probably I don't need to go to store. COVID has also accelerated this type of belief. I don't need to go to store to buy furniture and try at my home. I just open the apps and try that 3D model of that furniture and try it wherever, furniture or interior, wherever I want to place. If I want to uh, paint the home, I really can see everything in my home before really painting. What all color I want, I can change the color of wall just through these see-through glasses and stuff like that. In Metaverse, there will be so in Metaverse, everything is coming virtually on top of real world maybe. So the definition of properties will be changing. The real estate, your home address, everything might be completely virtual. And digital assets will be there. Digital, maybe virtual societies will be there. You join some set of society or some set of common interest people in that metaverse. Just like years ago, we used to have Yahoo rooms, like very old time I'm talking. And then Orkut was there. Then this whole social, we have seen this Facebook, how social channels are revolutionized. Now, no one can think of not using WhatsApp. Everyone need to use. So this is how different level technology is going in everyone's hand. Of course, there will be virtual currencies, just like we are going digital. With real currency, maybe the virtual currency will also survive, or maybe in future, real currency will also survive with widespread adoption of virtual currency. So let's now, this is this kind of definition part where we are talking about a building of universe of around our data, where people will access each other's data and bring all this network more stronger and make the world more connected. I may be connected to this home and all these, the physically and virtually you'll be connected. That's how metaverse definition is being driven, and it is still a loosely defined. But one thing I noticed doing different studies is there are certain characteristics that need to evolve in metaverse. The characteristics are metaverse has to be open and independent. No company should be controlling the metaverse. That is a characteristic. But today's metaverse, everyone like Facebook is trying to build its own, Microsoft is trying to build its own. There are every company, Accenture, every company is trying their own metaverse type of platform where people can join them and can do stuff. Other characteristic is metaverse has to be one and only one. But right now we are talking about every company is trying their own. So still we are couple of years, still we need to go to reach to that level. So metaverse has to be interoperable across technologies, across different domains, so people can access it. Metaverse has to be for everyone. It has to be self-sustainable, just like currencies it is bringing. People should use metaverse to earn things so that they can use it. So it is very much analogous to internet. So it is being touted like it will be the natural evolution of internet. It will be the next internet, where just like today we are joining, we are opening some websites. Tomorrow we'll be joining some metaverses. In and every company which is trying to build metaverse, their website is turning to their some sort of metaverse. Different experiences. Right now we join, how we know, for example, VIT. When you invited me for VIT AP, I open your website to see what college is, what all thing it is happening here, what are the different streams, branches, scope, department, what all these things are. So I looked at your website. Okay. But in future, maybe you'll have your own space, metaverse virtually. I will join that space and see what you are. And same goes for me. If you want to search about me, you will join my profile in somewhere in metaverse. Of course, you will access those profiles with my consent and all. So that's how it is. The way we can use internet, people will be able to use metaverse in that way. Like if you have seen 5G and 6G coming, what advancement is coming is enabling this kind of metaverse. So today we are talking about calling someone on phone. We click on call button. Maybe all these things is going away. We will be when we say calling, we are really inviting someone at our home, and their avatar will come in front of you and knocking your door. You will hear the spatial sound knocking that door, and the virtual avatar of the person coming to your room, the other person who you called that is still sitting their home, they can see you from avatars reference. So you'll have all these infrastructure and stuff. That is the level metaverse will probably reach someday. But at this stage, if you look at what is the current stage, I feel it is just evolution of some set of technologies. One is, of course, AR, VR, XR. Other is IoT, blockchain, network speed with 5G, cloud infrastructure is improving. AI, of course, everywhere AI is. So metaverse is currently being treated more of technological evolution than anything in technology itself. Metaverse is not a technology in itself and not a solution in itself. It is a combination of these technologies bringing some use cases possible, and that is metaverse as of now. But future, I talked about future definition. Are we good till this point? Any questions? Okay, should I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. In Teams, people can, I think they can use etc. reactions. Okay. Anyway, let's. Okay. So as I talked about in metaverse, XR, AR, VR, etc. will be still the core component. Reason is we are talking about changing the belief, changing the different experiences. The traditional experiences of 2D screens, it is going away. Now people are expecting to come out of screen and build experiences around 3D world, because that's what the real world is. Real world is not a 2D world that is limited to our laptop screen, phone screen, etc. It is much more than that. You can do n number of things which you can't do in 2D world. Of course, there are a number of things you can do better in 2D world, but there are world is 3D. Sound, what we hear is everything spatial sound. If person is speaking from a certain distance, we hear the sound differently. Now those things cannot be done on a 2D screen or 2D environment. You need to come out, build those experiences. So that's how the XR is coming. So XR is a acronym for extended reality, any form of extending the reality. There are a number of ways to extend the reality. The one is augmented reality, where you are augmenting or overlaying the digital content on top of the real world environment. So how you can do that? Buy some see-through glasses like this. I am wearing these glasses. Now these glasses can be smart enough to project something on the glasses so I can see in the contextual information. Or there could be phones, smartphone, etc. Other form is virtual reality, where we wear these kind of devices, and when we wear these kind of devices, you don't see real world. You only see digitally generated content, digitally generated environment. So I can take you to any environment. We can go to moon and do all the thing there. Even the gravity definition can change there. I can start feeling, I throw certain object that can follow the gravity of moon rather than earth. All these things is possible in virtual environment. Very immersive experience you get there. Then comes another buzzword, which is mixed reality. Mixed reality is little advanced mixing of these two worlds, AR and VR. But what extra you are bringing here is, in mixed reality world, is your devices understand the environment. For example, this is an AR glass. Do you see this? This is also a VR glass. This is also a MR glass, because this glass understands my environment, how far the front wall is, what all objects are lying there. When I move, this device knows in which direction I am moving, at what speed. It has all the sensors which my phone can have, IMU, gyroscope, accelerometer, um, and magnetometer. All these can tell me in which direction I am moving, at what speed. And it keeps track of my location with respect to the environment and continuously learning the environment. So that's how these devices knows. There are a number of sensors in these devices, like they detect the light intensity. If I switch off the light here, the content I see in this glass will also change accordingly. Okay, so these devices are really smart enough to do this. What I'm wearing is Think Reality, Lenovo's Think Reality smart glass. That's a mixed reality device. And there is, after this, there is this device. Everyone know these devices, phone, right? These are also capable of AR and VR both. You just need to put these devices. For AR, it just open the camera. Once you open the camera, you can see the world through the camera of the phone. And you will see the augment on top of that world. It can detect, it can also know how far different objects are. It can detect what all objects are in the environment. And when I need to play it in VR, I just to put this device in this type of devices. These are virtual boxes, are very economical, around 1,000 rupees or less than that, also available. Just put your phone inside this, you can experience the VR. When I put phone, I don't see the real world. And when I run VR applications, or lot of VR content is already available, by the way. Search on YouTube, search VR content on YouTube, you'll find VR videos on YouTube itself. And there are a number of other websites does serve VR content, 360-degree videos and stuff. How immersive experience they bring? They split the display of, when I run this application in VR mode in these phones, the display is split into two parts, left side, right side. That is exactly same our eyes does. Our human eyes are also two cameras for us, which are continuously scanning the environment and feeding to our brain. And two cameras, two eyes are placed at certain distance. That is called IPD, popularly this distance between our eyes, and these left camera and right camera, this is how even VR application are splitted. You see splitted display, and then brain merges these display at the here, and all the depth calculation is done by brain. So that's how when we run VR application, we feel the depth. That's how even AR glasses I have shown. These smart glasses also have two projections, two projector here on left and right. So it also have split display. So whenever I run any application, it runs that application in two displays placed at certain distance. When I read that from brain merges them, and it can bring the 3D experience. That's how XR applications are designed. So mobile XR is also very big, coming up. A lot of use cases are being built. Another form is WebXR. WebXR is our standard websites can be built as a WebXR. Just like Amazon recently introduced this virtual try-on shoes. You can try shoes on your feet. There will be lesser return, and you can see the size of shoes, etc. Everything on your feet directly on their website. Open that website in phone, you will get that immersive experience. There are a number of things people can build this experience in standard JavaScript libraries, and there are a number of XR library are available for this. Okay, other form of XR is smart mirror kind of experience, where you stand in front of them, the mirror, and mirror can guide you. There are cameras in mirror that can guide you, for example, exercise routine. They can count what you are doing. In fact, you can try clothing. There are a number of stores coming up in this concept that you stand and try different clothes. Might be in some store you don't have certain clothes, color of that, but you wear that thing and change the color just in the mirror. These kind of concepts. Then HUD heads-up displays in cars, etc., is a quite old concept. So these all are extending reality. So this covers the first part. It took me 45 minutes to actually get into um, the 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 components of metaverse, the definition of metaverse, how different people are talking about it, and what might be coming. Now,
Participants, sorry for the inconvenience. I'm getting back to the resource person. Sir will join back in 2 minutes.
Hello.
Sir,
So
yes.
yeah, so actually electricity went off. Let me. It'll take some time to internet to come. Speed I am on phone. I think 2-3 minutes it will take. So am I audible now?
Sir, you're audible, sir. So maybe if you want, you can turn off the camera to avoid network lag.
Yeah, it's better. So I'm on phone network, but I think it will take some 5-6 minutes to bring back the connection fully.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Let me, okay. So we are here. Do you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay. So now I'm getting into hype part, how metaverse is being hyped. So people are talking about, are we already in metaverse? Maybe yes. If we see how a lot of digital content is floating around it, social media is impacting us. Uh, we might already be in some kind of metaverse, but the true definition of metaverse, as I talked about, we are still far away from there. At this stage, uh, only few industrial giants are trying to take the early advantage of the metaverse, but this will change. So in few years, there will be a lot of metaverses will spawn up, but eventually there will be a need to merge and have more collaboration across these metaverse. So few things people are talking metaverse is only for gaming. This is not true. This is only true if we see, if today someone says mobile phone is only for telephone call, it is that much true. So mobile phone, of course, it's not for telephony. More than telephony, like telephone. Today we more than telephony, we do a lot of other thing on phone, mobile phone. So that's how metaverse. If people say it's only gaming side, it will not really come in the normal. Then that's not going to be true. Metaverse, people might be saying metaverse is only about Facebook's meta transition. It's not. Every other company is trying to find some better use cases out of it. People are saying we will not be impacted. This is not for everyone. This is not true. Everyone will be impacted the way it is coming. I'll talk about concerning parts of it that will be more scary. Uh, there are critics about it that we haven't seen any great adoption. Today, I also talked about metaverse word itself coined 30 years ago. And people are saying XR, AR, VR is not, adoption is not happening that faster. Uh, there is nothing great adoption in last 5 years. Yes, maybe, but what will happen in next 5 years will be completely different than what we have seen in past 10, 12 years or 15 years. That's how the speed of evolution is happening. Of course, COVID and pandemic produced added some break or maybe the need of digital more for industry. If we talk about today, every school now knows digital use of the different platforms like Teams, Zoom, and all. Earlier, it was very different. Okay, some facts and figures. So these are all billions, like USD 50 plus billion. Uh, continuous growth is around 50+% in this world. In future, emphasis is around developing metaverse platforms and global marketplaces that can host AR, VR, NFT, gaming, social media kind of platforms. So if you talk about in next 5 years, or it will be $1 trillion economy around this, and around 800 billion is in next 5 year by 2028 type, and by 2030 or something, $1 trillion economy around XR, around metaverse will be growing. Lot of 3D online kind of content, immersive experiences, marketplaces are spawning up. Live entertainment, gaming software, of course, advertisement, all these going to be changed. Live entertainment will also be going to change. Software side, gaming side, blockchain, AI powered with 3D engines. This is another focus from different industry. And the bigger thing is on adoption side, cost effective and universal acceptance of this metaverse is the focus of different industry coming. Who all are finding opportunities? Every other industry giants are trying. In India, if we see, like Geo came with their own smart glass. What I have shown you, similar glass, Geo glass is also there. That's also MR glass. Lenovo is building. Google is pioneer behind it. There are number of other companies. If we see today acquisitions, Qualcomm is coming very big. Like behind every devices, they are now there. They acquired number of companies to build metaverse. Um, if you look at others like TikTok, they acquired Pico. Google acquired other smart glasses. They had smart glasses. Google is now, by the way, building Reality OS, and that will change the whole world. They are building operating system for smart glasses that can be powered from phone, etc. So Ray-Ban, we have seen Ray-Ban and Facebook. They bring in the smart glass. It's still not great, but still for YouTube content, etc. You can browse well in these glasses. Now think of instead of buying a big TV at my home, rather than that, in lesser cost, I can buy a smart glass and I can see better better resolution, bigger size than TV at my comfort. I don't need to sit at sofa at my place and see the TV and then only, or I can see wherever I want. I put this. This is a TV. I put this TV in my pocket and that's it. This is how things are changing. Other evolution is, of course, network and computing speed is increasing. That is the biggest factor of adoption, because the biggest problem right now with these devices are they cannot run more than 2-3 hours. Okay, I need to charge again or need to have supplementary battery with these devices. So with network speed increasing, 5G, etc., I can get Gbps speed. I don't need to serve the computing from the device. It can be served from my edge computing or a cloud computing near my environment. So these devices can just be like become a monitor for my CPU, just like we used to have traditional PCs. So monitor, the role of monitor, these smart glasses will become that. You don't need a huge computing here. It just need to display frames coming per second from some external host over 5G network, 6G network. We are talking about Gbps speed. It can do a lot of different things differently. And that can bring the real, I can really play a great quality 3D content, and people will not be able to differentiate whether the content is the real or fake. That's how adoption is happening. This is not the only list. if you look at AR, VR, smart glass market, there are 500 plus products available from different companies at different capabilities in these devices. You can find every page has some link you can refer. I'll share this slide on my website. I do have my website thinkkuldeep.com. You can find, I'll upload this PDF document of this slide there. You can find. This is statistics of around 2020, I guess. Yeah. 2 years ago. AR, VR, engineer, you can see percentage growth from previous years is 1400%. Which is more than any other engineer we are expecting. So there is a huge growth in these skills, and it is not becoming a separate unit. At this moment, every industry or companies are trying to build a separate business unit for XR businesses, but it will go like a horizontal, in my opinion, where every other use cases you can build using, just like we are building any website today. Tomorrow, these AR, VR engineers will be part of every software development team. You're designing a mobile app, you need to have AR, VR engineer. You're designing a website, you need to have AR, VR engineer, or at least that skill you need in those developers or testers or the teams. Looking at this, there are a number of things changing. Metaversal hiring, for example, there is a content-driven economy is growing, and hiring is changing. Like years ago, there was only definition of doing engineering. You get a campus selection, you got a job in some company or something, and that's it. Or maybe there are few people who go for higher studies and other. That is changing. Probably no. In future, we don't need permanent jobs. There are different type of jobs coming. For example, you see YouTuber. People are happily saying, I am a YouTuber. They're building all different type of YouTube content today. Unboxing videos, unboxing this device, unboxing that device, toys, etc. And they have millions of views and they are earning enough. So the content economy is growing. People will be generating 3D content. They will be selling those content over NFT or things like that. There are definitions are changing. Earlier in companies, there used to be product companies, there used to be social media strategist. Now new roles are coming like chief metaverse officer, metaverse developer, metaverse safety officer, metaverse scientist, and things like that. New type of roles are coming like creator. Earlier in companies, there was user experience designer, graphics designer. Now it is changing. To design these experiences, you need people with more skills that are like creators, storytellers, freelancers are coming. So storyteller is another big role. Just like you are creating a movie, you need all this skill. You have a storyteller. Similarly, in software development also, you would need storyteller to build these AR, VR experiences. Other type of thing is happening P2E, play to earn. There are a number of products coming where you just need to play. You'll be paid for that. You just need to join those platforms. You will be paid for that. Why you will be paid just for joining? Even not without winning those games, you can also earn. Why? Because you will be seeing the advertisement coming in those pages. Why YouTube is free? Now YouTube is also premium. There are multiple you can buy premium YouTube. There are advertisements. If you want to see free, access free, there is nothing free in the world, by the way. So you are seeing the advertisement. You have to see those advertisement. It is coming like P2E is coming that way. You join some metaverse virtual environment, you will see them. Owning and trading these places, this is changing. So this is one part, the hype part. How much of what I am talking is true, only time will tell. But this is how people are talking. Now let's see some of the opportunities which for sure some part of it is coming. Uh, I'm moving to third part of this session, that's about use cases of metaverse. The first and foremost use cases is location agnostic work environment. COVID has actually told different industry that there is another way of working. Work from home was not a norm earlier. IT industry, we used to work from home earlier as well, but it was not treated like a normal thing. But now work from home is the first normal and going to office is the second normal. Other companies are trying to build platforms or build a offering like work from anywhere. So probably when you'll be hired in companies, you will be able to join them from anywhere. We have seen Satya's video. Right now, see, due to internet speed, I switched off the camera. But not everyone is comfortable with being camera all the time. Now, instead of me always on camera, my avatar can be there and that can replicate me. And that's still a comfort people feel. That's how the data is showing. If my avatar is showing, I don't feel like, yeah, embarrassed. Someone, at least I don't need to see how my hair is looking and how I am looking. My avatar is there. that that can do all the thing. Since everything will be digital, if I need to go to some places, I don't need to carry this laptop, these devices, heavy bulky devices. Probably carry only this one. That's it. I wear it. It's my laptop. Today also it's my laptop. I can do number of things here directly. I can run PowerPoint presentation directly from this class. So I really don't need to carry the laptop. In future, this is might be happening. Other thing is happening is you'll get infinite interoperable space. Probably offices, even universities, you don't need to build the infrastructure like this huge spreading across kilometers. Probably a hybrid kind of environment we can build. People can join. There might be a smaller environments we can build rather than a big bang huge environment. So, or completely virtual or hybrid, those things can also be possible. So, a lot of distribution will happen in metaverse. Distribution of power, distribution of skills, distributions of network. Those things will be happening. Other thing, of course, we talked about industry. Since I am talking about industry, if I need to design a car, designing a car in CAD CAM is a old way. Now, if I need to design a car, design in 3D in front of me. If multiple people need to give their input, how the color look like, they can try changing at the same time. Multiple people even join from remotely or in the same environment. They can come wearing these glasses. They can really touch that car virtually and all these things. By the way, touching, since touching part came in, touching is possible. There are gloves coming. When you touch virtual object, you'll feel that you're touching. If you touch a fire, you'll feel heat. There are sensors that generate heat. So all these things are coming. Hopefully this might be eco-friendly. It requires lesser travel, lesser wastage of material. If I need to build a 3D or a product, I may be producing some dummy before actually the product comes into live. I may not need to produce those dummy. I can just generate virtual environment, replica of that element, and then can try whether that particular part will fit in the bigger piece or not. Just like furniture, etc. Or other remote collaboration, of course, that's a key. So this is one of the biggest use case. Other use case is training, scaling and reskilling the workforce or students, industry, education. These are other use cases where metaverse will be changing the life. There are few facts like 10,000 baby boomers are reaching to retirement age every day, and it will happen till next 20 years or so. And COVID-19 making it faster. Who are the baby boomers? Baby boomers are people who born in 1945 to 1960s. They are retiring. Okay, the skills they have, that's going away. And COVID-19 is making that faster. 50% companies today are facing skilled labor shortage. And COVID-19 made it even complex situation. Other data shows that 75% of global workforce will be millennials by 2023, next year. And training them, the millennials, with the 30-40-year-old processes is not going to work. The training methodologies need to change. Education methodologies need to change. It is changing, by the way. I was my son is in class 6, and I was looking at his book, NCRT book. The first page of book has QR code that allow me to download one AR application app. Once I download that app, each page there is something I can scan the page, and relevant videos, audios. The audio can you just turn the page, it will automatically voice will start coming, or videos can also come relevant to that page, or 3D model can also come on top of that book. So that is happening in NCRT book, by the way. There are startups, ecosystem is being built to actually take it. So people who are seeing that it's not happening, it is already happening. It's just that we need to see that happening. We need to try these more. Our phones, we did a survey in found who has their phone that AR VR, they do not know that their phone actually support AR VR. That's the state, by the way. But we need to see that your phone is actually already supporting AR VR. Just search Tiger on your Google search. You will see a tiger. You will see a button that view in 3D. You will be able to bring that tiger at your home, at your bedroom. And you can roam around, touch that tiger, and all these things possible in phone. These things are already coming. So the way we need to train these gadget geeks who are just like millennials is still 40 year by next. I would say Gen Z, which is coming after 2020 born or type 2000 born. Those people are training them with these traditional ways really outdated. Other reason for bringing metaverse type use cases is enterprise complexity is increasing. We have a lot of new safety compliances. Government regulations are coming. So, and people need to work with machines, by the way. Every industry is bringing robots and stuff. Humans need to work with them. So the training need to be different. So this is one of the use case where XR, metaverse can play a bigger role. Other is assets and market. I already talked about creator economy, how YouTube playing a role. If you see this GIF, Neon Cat, this GIF was sold 600K, $6 lakh, which is huge. There are a lot of NFTs being sold on different NFT market. What is NFT, by the way? That's the blockchain. This is the key of today's session, like use of blockchain in metaverse. This is that use case. NFT is special type of block in a blockchain. It's a distributed network, non-fungible token, different type of token are there. This is non-fungible, which cannot be changed. And originator of that there are a number of NFT platforms are coming. They also, by the way, need to come together, have that's also future will happen. But right now we can see multiple marketplaces like CryptoPunk, Hashmarks, Rarible, and Sandbox, etc. Are coming. How creators or designers or economy they are earning? They upload their digital content as an NFT on these platforms, and they can be traded. The NFT can be traded, and the originator will get royalty from that trading. Every transaction they will get royalty. So that's how the originator will earn, and people keep selling. It's like share market. They keep selling things, and sometime the value of that NFT is growing. And in future, it might happen when we buy a car, you will also buy some portion of NFT of that car, and NFT of that car is much costlier than your car value you are buying. So this is the thing that will be happening. Real estate definition I talked about, it is changing. You can buy land today. Also, there are a number of platforms like Sandbox, Decentraland, etc. They are already coming up. Samsung recently launched their store in Decentraland virtual store. There are different singers. IPL this year, there are a lot of NFT they launched, and I remember the singer. There is a singer in Punjab, Diler Mehndi. He owned land in Decentraland and called that land Balle Balle land. You know, Punjabi Balle Balle land is they call it, and there is he is supposed to sell some metaverse, some NFT, etc. So these some development is happening. People are trying to buy Taz in these landscape, these platforms. So you can buy land, virtual land. You can build virtual home on top of that land. You can sell it. Probably you may be able to rent it also, and you can invite people to join you on a party in that place virtual. You can have concert conferences there. So it will be changing the whole advertisement landscape. You build a home in such a way that people are coming, so you can get advertisement. Just like websites, people are building their own website, and you can place advertisement and you can earn there on your website. When more people are coming to your website, more you earn. Same thing will be happening in metaverse. So yeah, so these are the things happening. Museum concept will be changing. So this is another use case.
In the 21st century, ghosts do exist.
엄마 어디 있었어? 엄마 내 생각했어?
After 4 years, she can see her again.
아니 엄마 많이 보고 싶었어.
She can hear her again.
엄마도 나 보고 싶었어.
But as hard as she tries, Jang Ji-sung can't touch her dead daughter, Nayeon. For this is a digital recreation of the girl who died from leukemia in 2016, age 7. Just pixels in a headset and a voice in some headphones. Meeting her daughter's avatar has been a complex and deeply emotional experience for this grieving mother.
If Nayeon.
This is the next power of metaverse type use cases or XR type use cases. We can meet the one who are no more with us. You might have heard there was a marriage happened, and bride in metaverse, and bride was able to meet her father, and father was able to join them in metaverse. Now people might feel it really scary that meeting the one who are no more, but think about this mother. Think about that bride who was able to meet her father in metaverse and able to have sense that her father was able to join her marriage. Think of it as a great use cases coming. Who has not seen the movie of Avatar, right? People with specially abled people, they will get the ability, the normal ability we are talking. Avatar movie, the hero of that movie was a specially abled person due to army or due to whatever happened to that person. But in Avatar, he was fully fit. He was able to do all the thing normally. So that's what metaverse type use cases or XR type use cases are bringing. You can get sense of other thing. And yesterday I was in one of the workshop on sustainability and diversity and stuff. There was one interesting discussion happened that someone might I was discussing with trans community, and someone say, okay, if you being a man, if I need to see myself in a woman body, then what will change? Probably some part of this people can try via this, who want to try it differently. That's one part. Now I'm coming to very important part. Notice this: dose. Hormones in our brain. Dose is consist of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine. So these 4 or 5 chemicals in our brain are responsible for our different type of feeling, our memories, what thing we will remember, what we will not, our addiction, everything. These chemicals are responsible for all these things. When we meet our family, when we meet our loved one, friends, we feel happy. That feeling is because of certain chemical equation in our brain. And that can be easily, that can be identified and scanned. So as per the research, what the research says that when we meet people in VR environment, virtual environment, then also they have seen that similar, just notice this, similar chemical reaction happen. That's a big research now. If similar chemical reaction happen in VR world also, it can change the whole thing. When meeting physically someone or meeting virtually someone can bring the similar kind of, may not be exactly same, but similar kind of feeling. After some time, people forget that you are meeting to a virtual object or a real. That's how things are changing. Other important part development is happening is metaversal therapy, for example, VR therapy and all, painless therapy. You might be at Himalayas seeing some cool videos or cool game playing there, and your doctor is operating on you without giving you anesthesia. That that is possible, and there are a number of use cases you can find. Hospitals and these health domain is trying this. Just like so, VR is just like drug. Just wait for a moment, and sometime I will explain. It is a drug. Virtual, yeah. So we'll have virtual social identities. Probably people want to keep multiple identities, and that could also be a concern. But yeah, so that's also use case. So these are 4 use cases. There are a number of other, but they are all in these categories. One is location agnostic. Other one is yeah. So you have trainings, education, your assets, digital assets, real estate is changing, and then this collaboration. Now coming to the last part, second last part, I would say, concerning part of metaverse. We all talked about different use cases here. Now concerning part, protecting identity. I talked about different identities will be there. People will create their own avatars. They will be talking on their behalf and things like that. or or you can take a, for example, Samsung launched their store. You can go in that store and take a selfie in virtual store and upload on your social platform that you are at that virtual store. Now just think about, if someone can impersonate you, your identity, and hack your metaverse, it can really really impact heavily. uh, Someone can represent you in your office without your knowledge, someone accessing your digital asset property without your knowledge, and your video might be floating at social media where it wasn't you. Maybe your fake avatar was playing, and by the time truth prevails, damage happen. That's happening today as well. Someone can do a deep learning and change the video and face everything expression and put on social media. People, by the time people realize that it's a fake video, the damage of your image already happened. In future, these things will be more problematic. We might be needing attention from government to create some universal identity shareable across. That's why I talked about metaverse has to be open and one, and shareable across platforms, and it should be controlled in some rules and regulations, not by some companies, some company, but with rules and regulations which make sense. So government, institutions, enterprises like us need to come together and build something and safeguard our identity. Other thing is privacy. Today we are talking about CCTV surveillance. Wherever we have CCTV surveillance, we say, okay, here there is a camera. But in future or today also, we are all under some camera already. Like we are talking about autonomous cars. The cars will have their own camera scanning throughout the day. You'll have these smart glasses, etc. They will be scanning some environment all the time. So it is changing. So you will be always under some surveillance. Now the privacy, your privacy will be at concern. How would we protect it? People today, I talked about today we say connect to internet. We say here and change Wi-Fi and connect to internet. Future it will actually be connecting to metaverse after 5G, etc. So you'll be not just connecting to say internet, you'll be joining some metaverse. That's how it will. There will be different type of restriction probably be implemented, smart glass detectors, etc. If someone is wearing camera in their eyes, there might be certain detector need to be invented. All these things are future ideas that definitely needed in future. People may be looking at all metaverse possible from home, or people may be, they still have fear of going out. Right now, there is a revenge travel happening. Whenever there is some restrictions loosen out, people travel more, but still there is a fear of going out, and that will also continue. New and now what this metaverse type of thing we are talking about, data are interconnected. So new ways of information exposures is happening. But what if something happened? What are the legal options? Maybe we don't know. Let's see other aspect. I talked about those, like some settings or some configuration of chemical. Now, if we see, this is the Forbes article, legal heroin. XR, virtual reality as legal heroin. Addiction. In addiction also, the way we have, when we meet our loved one, we have some feeling. In addiction also, there is some chemical equation that is causing that addiction. Now there are games being built. The testing is done based on addiction. If the game is getting addicted, then only the testing team will pass that. Otherwise, more influence will be created. Other reason which is impacting the human brain is when we are in these metaverse or these virtual world or game, etc. Like kids, we have been telling them, okay, don't play the physical game, etc. But if they play, why they are so addicted of gaming? Because in those games, these Minecrafts, etc., they are so addictive because they feel empowered there. They are kings and queens in that game. They own a lot of land. They own a virtual concept. They have cleared they own number of arms there. But when they come out of that game, they are nothing probably. They will be scolded for doing homework again. Now you see why a child or not a child, even we want to come out of that particular world. So that's a changing. That's actually impacting psychologically people, and that those things will be more in future. Metadata explode. We are talking about connection between all the data. More and more connection will happen in future. All the data, so it will be like I am trying to access data from your brain directly. There are brain computer interfaces are being built, and these devices will be connected to your brain. It can go use any direction, you can assume now. Other thing is this influencing the decision. The way I can control the addiction, I can influence the decision too. I can brainwash people with these different kind of game. You can assume what are the side effect could be on terrorism and stuff like that. What all side effect could be there? If all these things happen, someone stole my identity, someone trying to access my data, what are the legal option? Maybe nothing at this stage. Today, these all thing metaverse type is thing. There is a lot of gaming factor behind it. Still, there are number of industrial use cases and consumer use cases there, but it is grown up from gaming. See, gaming side, killing someone is not a crime. So if if people are learning from their side, how they will respect the legal system, which is the real world? Will be different metaversal constitution, different rules and regulations? What will happen? Will there be a court for metaversal use cases? By the way, recently you might have heard Facebook launched their metaverse platform, uh, and there was a sexual harassment case filed on Facebook. After that, Facebook implemented the Meta implemented one thing, that no one can no can go beyond it. So this can set. So no avatar can come closer to that. They can't really do all these things. That's kind of evolution I am talking. Industries need to come together. They need to fix those issues when people see, like, how to identify crime in these platforms. Will there be police in these? What if there is a police? Okay, what will be the punishment if someone does something in metaverse? What will be the punishment? So all these things are still open questions, and this need to be solved by us. That is the main reason I am doing this session with students, communities, researcher. I hear there are PhD researchers, there are professors joining this session. So this is the kind of awareness I want to bring in, that how it can really impact and what we can do. The solution which we build, we need to really see sustainability part of the thing. When we say sustainable development, how we can really build a sustainable solution using technology. Technology is growing without the rules and regulation, and that will be a challenge. So let's quickly see what sustainability is. So when we say sustainable development, let's understand from three pillars: sustainability, environmental sustainability, economic sustainability. Of course, we need to earn to survive. We need to safeguard our environment to survive. We need to safeguard our society, political system to survive. So all these things, three pillars are important. When these pillars intersect together, then they make the sustainable development. How? Economical. So we need to create an equitable economy that create equal balance in society. There should we should be building business that create equal balance. Like it's the business that bring the poor at the growth of their the local. Yeah. Hello? Hello, can someone mute, please? So I'll have a few more minutes to cover. Are we good to go?
Sir, sorry, sir. We have muted.
Okay, okay. So, yeah. So I was talking about we need to build, of course, we need to earn with our businesses, but not at the cost of creating more imbalance in the society. Okay. So we need to create the equitable economy, of course, in such a way that it is viable for environment. It is practical for the environment. It doesn't introduce so much threat to the environment. Our solution business we are targeting that should be viable for the environment, such that the environment after that those solution is bearable by society. So that's how this whole equation comes. And when all these things happen, then we call that solution businesses as sustainable business. So that is also one of the important aspect we need to bring in for institution, the students community who's coming up. They will open a lot of startups. Just keep this thing in mind. If we are not focusing on all these three aspects, we are losing. Doesn't matter how much money we will earn. We are losing at different aspects. When all these three things are taken care, then only we are winning the situation. So how our solutions are impacting, what technology can bring to the society, to the environment. So XR metaverse I talked about today, it's not that every use case we try to fit in just to earn money. No, that will not survive. We will not be able to survive with those kind of things. So next 30 years, I am talking, this sustainable development will be the key. It started coming in India as well, like people started talking. I was there yesterday in a Green Software Foundation session, and people are talking about building carbon footprint from the software too. Like software, we are doing a Teams call. We are also generating carbon. It's not that it is not impacting. We are using internet, we are using electricity. Internet is somewhere servers are running, the Teams, Microsoft we are using somewhere, those servers are running, they are consuming power. Are they consuming renewable power or the power coming from electricity department? Are they using coal? All these things, the carbon calculation are being happened. There are tools which are being built in that green software. We are calling this new term green software, which is telling that optimal computing it will use, optimal cloud computing it will use. With 5G, 6G, this will be more concerning, the economical part. On one side, we are saying it may save the travel cost. On other side, the kind of computing 5G, 6G would need, it may consume actually more power. So we need to see what are the balance. So people are talking about carbon neutral businesses. Many company acquired, they have their goal to will be carbon neutral. What that mean? They are producing carbon, they are consuming that carbon, um, or and they are doing how they are still carbon positive, but how they are doing carbon negative is probably they will invest in forest, creating forest. They are investing in creating plants, they are investing in creating jobs for society. So they are so um, those aspects we need to bring in. So of course industry will grow, people will earn money. The carbon will not producing carbon is probably not an option, it will be produced, but how we neutralize it is the important part. So what it means, of course, we need to use metaverse ethically. uh, what we can do, we need to stay invested, create, build papers, do more research, um, because industry is around, there is a lot of money involved, we use a lot of use cases, but institution, industry, students, community, they need to bring and come out with the right use cases, where all the challenge, those things will challenge, where exactly the right use cases can, how can I use technology for betterment of society, and things like that. But saying that okay, these are scary thing, I'll not use it, someone else will use it, and that will be more problematic. So not using these things by intellects like us is a problem. We have to use it. It's not an option. There are few development happening around standards and regulation, but that's not enough. People need to join more. So our part is we create awareness, train more people around it, build communities, co-create something that help the society, join hand with the government, the thing. So in nutshell, we need to play our part to save our future. That's what I want to cover. It comes to the end. I would be happy to take questions.
Okay, so participant sir has given a very detailed session. So if you have any queries, you can please ask sir now.
Was it too heavy?
No, sir. Like the session was really interesting, to be frank, because you knew how to keep us attentive. So all that videos really did help a lot. Like more than all the oral sessions, the videos did help us understand what things are really behind metaverse and all. I would say that the session was really excellent, and I'm very sure that all the participants would agree with me. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to for taking your time out and spending so much quality time with us, and for explaining what and how is metaverse. So thank you for the excellent session, sir.
Thanks for invitation. Thanks for joining the session. Those who would like to give feedback, you can give feedback to my website too, or on LinkedIn, wherever you want.
Yeah, for
Thanks.
the sake of participants, we'll be sharing the recorded session. Along with it, I'll share sir's website and LinkedIn profiles and all. So if you want to collaborate or if you have any queries, you can please contact sir over the shared links.
Yep. Okay, thanks everyone. I'll
Thank you
give
so
then 17 minutes back to you.